Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Sugar's loving that new pack you got there.
She sure is, and I wanted everyone to see that because we're doing the video today on finding your bliss. And modus operandi number one in finding your bliss is to first operate from a position of gratitude. And that's why I wanted everyone to see that Sugar Baby is in this pack, look at her, on my back, and the amount of gratitude that I have for this pack. I told Jeffrey we just purchased it a couple of days ago, and every minute I think about the fact how happy she is to be with us.
She loves it.
She loves it. And for those of you who have watched our videos, you know that Sugar Baby's 14 and she's completely blind. So she can no longer do hikes and walks. She just does, even on a leash, she just can't do it because she doesn't have a sense of what's around her. And we were feeling really sad when we didn't have her with us. And on some of the hikes that are longer, it was just too hard to bring her along. She's small, but she still weighs about 9 pounds. And after 4 or 5 miles, that 9 pounds feels like 90. But with the pack, it doesn't matter how long it is, and I can feel her back there, and the joy and the bliss that's created from that is just amazing. Such a small thing, right?
That's nice.
That you get such joy out of every second. And even when I'm not with her in the pack, when we're at home and I see the pack, I get joy and bliss out of that. And I think that's so important to focus on, small things that bring you big rewards and make you feel so alive, right?
Exactly.
And so conscious.
We'll read this little chunk out of the book and then we're going to talk about it.
Okay, so finding bliss, first operate from a position of gratitude. Be grateful for all you have and all your experiences. If you're truly thankful for all you have and need nothing, you will more easily find happiness. You tend to see each day as an opportunity to experience more and increase your level of happiness. Your work and play blend together. You can't really tell whether you're working or playing. You're enjoying life on both fronts, and that's so important. We talk about that a lot. You're happy every day. You wake up every day feeling blessed and grateful to be here. When you operate here, good things flow to you effortlessly. This flow is a multiplier on your level of bliss. We talked about that with relationships too.
Sure.
When you're in love, when you are vibrating at that frequency of 528, you wake up, regardless of if the other person is next to you or they're somewhere else. You wake up feeling that exuberance for life, right? It's such an amazing feeling.
So important. And if you operate this way, as Karen mentioned, your work and play merge together. So we say this all the time. Every day is Saturday, and we work around the clock, but we do it on our own terms and do it wherever we are. We just happen today to be in Big Sky, Montana. We're doing a little work here, but obviously a lot of play, hiking around with Sugar. And I think we've talked about this quite a bit. Starting your day with a sense of gratitude, even if it's just being grateful for that first hot cup of coffee. You don't have to be doing anything special. All of this, by the way, is free. Hiking out here is free. The cup of coffee we had this morning was free. I guess it came with the hotel room. But it doesn't take a lot to set yourself up, operating from a position of gratitude, attracting that bliss into your life and that happiness, which is most important. And that's what radiates out to others around you. And you become that light giver that we look for out there in life.
Exactly. And, it's like Jeffrey said, that cup of coffee, or if it's iced coffee, whatever it is, the ritual that you have. I'm on this new kick now where I take my coffee and I put some organic cinnamon in it and a little monk fruit, and I blend it up with some ice, and the entire container becomes this frothy, creamy experience of deliciousness. And I think that's really key, Jeffrey. You and I have talked about that, is to take something so simple like having your coffee and make it an experience. And that experience becomes your joy, your consciousness, your happiness, instead of doing things unconsciously where you're just not really appreciating the experience of the happiness of life.
Right, exactly.
And there's a lot of talk right now. We saw some really interesting YouTube information with Eckhart talking about during this kind of time with like an epidemic where you're not going to stay in the same state. You're either going to become more unconscious or more conscious, and that's why we want to share the secret of bliss, which leads to happiness, which is all part of being more conscious. If you've got a choice of unconsciousness or consciousness, go with consciousness, because the amount of joy and happiness in simple little things like walking outside and seeing this water behind us, or there's a family right behind us with their dog, and they're setting up for a family photo, and the joy in the parents as they're fixing their kids' hair. It's so magical. I'm watching the dad, just love on his kids right there. It's so beautiful, so simple, so conscious, and so beautiful. So wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from Big Sky, Montana.
I'm going to show you a little bit of this river here. That's one of the boys kept talking about. Having so much fun. Oops.